Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Before we start, make sure to subscribe and share the video. Today, the entertainment world is on fire again because of a single sentence that changed everything. In a recent interview abroad, Yaman seemed calm, smiling, and focused on the present, new projects, international reach, and a very disciplined work phase. He said he's preparing thoroughly for his next role with demanding routines, intense training, and language courses. Everything was going in that direction, until the journalist mentioned a name that flipped the atmosphere in a second: Demet Özdemir. That's when the shift became obvious. From what people saw and have been discussing, Can froze for a moment and then shut the topic down in a firm, direct tone. "Don't ask me about that name anymore." The interviewer's surprise was caught on camera. An awkward silence fell over the studio. And on social media, the inevitable question exploded. Is there something unresolved that was never truly closed? Reactions split immediately. Some believe Can simply doesn't want to be tied to past stories anymore, especially now that he's trying to strengthen his career outside his country. Others interpret that harshness as a sign of built-up emotions and a topic that still makes him uncomfortable. The truth is that even though he later steered the interview back to his goals, dreams, and personal transformation, that single phrase swallowed the entire interview and became one of the most repeated headlines of the day. Meanwhile, Demet didn't respond. No comment, no public reaction. That silence didn't calm the noise. It fueled it. Celebrity media reads it as a conscious, almost strategic retreat. Some say she's staying quiet to prevent things from escalating. Others claim she's speaking without saying a word. It's also said she's absorbed in new projects and a packed filming schedule, with no interest in reopening old scandals. But there's more. Rumors suggest Can's reaction wasn't an impulse, but a decision made long ago. Sources close to him say he was bothered that the media kept linking him, again and again, to old collaborations, right when he's trying to build a new image abroad. That's why this clear boundary may have been his way of closing the door once and for all, and taking back control of the narrative. There's even talk of a behind-the-scenes detail. In an unaired portion, he allegedly asked for a short break to speak with his team. And when the cameras returned, he appeared more serious and distant. For many, that was a sign. He now draws lines precisely and won't let an interview take him where he doesn't want to go. On social media, the debate is still burning. Some say he overreacted, others defend him, insisting that no one should have to carry labels from the past forever. And yet, nostalgic fans keep sharing old scenes, reviving the chemistry that once captivated so many people. So the question hangs in the air. Was it just discomfort, or a sign that something truly changed in this game of silence, boundaries, and headlines? With everything being said about Yaman and Demet Özdemir, I'm left with a fairly bitter feeling, especially toward Can. Not because I think I know the truth about his private life, but because the way his public moves are perceived ends up weighing more than any explanation. Some people see him as outright fake, someone who can say one thing and do another. And I understand where that anger comes from when rumors about new relationships, pregnancy hints, and a constant game with public attention get mixed together. Honestly, that combination feels toxic to me. It turns every gesture into a calculated message and every silence into a strategy. What bothers me most is the contradiction between valuing privacy and then showing public displays of affection. Because let's be clear, If you're seen hugging and kissing in public places, it's normal for people to question how private things really are. I'm not saying he doesn't have the right to live or fall in love. Of course he does. But I do think there's an inconsistency when someone demands total respect while willingly or not feeding the spectacle. Sometimes I get the impression that Can wants to control the narrative and at the same time can't or won't stop playing with it. Another interpretation that's going around also stands out to me, and even though it sounds harsh, it doesn't seem far-fetched, that certain confessions or resurfacing memories might not come only from the heart, but also from a subtle, deliberate move. Some say his soul needs to cleanse what he's lived through recently, and at the same time, suspect it could be a play designed by his entourage, perhaps by a very smart manager who calculates everything. And I'm torn here. On one hand, I want to believe in the human side, that sometimes people speak because they need to. On the other hand, knowing how show business works, it's hard not to think many things are done with a clear goal. Repositioning, generating buzz, deflecting criticism, winning back sympathy. In this whole collision, Demet ends up almost like a mirror onto which opinions about him are projected. And that makes me uncomfortable, because in the end, the focus and the pressure falls heavily on Can. He's judged for being back with X, for supposedly accepting things that would have hurt him before, for bringing up sensitive topics, for seeming contradictory. And even if part of that pressure is unfair, he also helps create it if he allows his life to become public material. If I'm being completely blunt, I think Ken Yaman sometimes moves as if he's caught between two opposing needs: to be loved for who he is, and at the same time, to keep the machine of the public persona running. My personal conclusion is this: Ken can be charismatic and brilliant, but if he keeps mixing real emotion with strategy, or if people perceive that he does, he will keep triggering the same reaction: distrust. And once distrust appears, everything gets misread. A hug looks like marketing, a sentence sounds scripted, a reconciliation reads like calculation. I hope he realizes that, in his case, consistency is worth more than any media hit. If he truly wants his privacy respected, he has to start by drawing clear boundaries, not by demanding them after crossing them himself.